Hello, good morning, and it is time to decode the Economic Times newspaper. I was about to say ET Wealth, but well, today is the time for Economic Times. And let's get started, let's get going. So, before I move forward, let me wait for some of my people to join in. Because today we have an important discussion to do, and that is on the stock market, the companies which are listed in the stock market, and how the future is going to be bright. That is what financial analysts are saying. Yes, guys, thank you for sending in all that love. I can see some thumbs up coming my way. Hi, Diksha, good morning. Rinku, good morning. Hi, Lara, welcome. Awesome. I'm glad my women are joining. Good morning, Prerna. Hi, Pooja. Good morning. Awesome. Happy to see you all. Hi, Christina. Yes, hello to my community. I love that. Let's begin. So, today we're talking about Nifty 50 companies which may log double-digit profit growth. That's what financial analysts are saying. So, let me quickly take you over what they're saying. So, the revenue and the net profit of companies which are listed under Nifty 50, they're likely to have grown in double digits in the March quarter. So what's the March quarter? Jan, Feb, March. These 3 months, Nifty 50 companies' revenue and net profit has grown, and that too in double digits. So double digits are like 10, okay, over 10. So, and this is all at lower profitability due to rising input costs. And this is being said by something called ETIG estimates. The growth will be led by sectors like IT, banking, and finance. Well, we all know these are some of the sectors which have been doing well for a very, very long time. So these are some of the sectors which will perform well, and they will be driving the growth in revenue and profits of companies. So the sample's revenue is expected to grow 26.8% year on year, which is the 5th consecutive quarter of double-digit expansion. The top line has grown 14.8% in the year-ago quarter. So that's the top line. What's the top line? That's the revenue. So revenue has grown in the same quarter 14.8%, Jan, Feb, March, like I said. Net profit is likely to grow 27.2% on top of a steep 169.8% jump in the previous year's March quarter, when the companies reported a stellar comeback and the receding first wave of the pandemic. So now different experts are now beginning to say different things. So Gautam Duggar, who is research head of institutional equities in Motilal Oswal Financial Services, he's expecting the earnings to grow. Okay, the earnings growth of 23%, 19% for the Nifty and the brokerage's coverage universe. He's saying this will be led by banking, finance, oil and gas, metals, IT, and utility sectors like auto, utility sectors, while auto, cement, specialty chemicals, consumer healthcare will drag the performance. So now can you see, first we are talking about the revenues and profits of companies which have done well in the Jan to March quarter. We are comparing them with the previous quarter, and then we're also looking at how the future is likely going to be. Well, nobody knows the future, but this is all judgment which is coming from the past, and we are saying, okay, this is where the future can be, and we are saying that, okay, these are some of the sectors which can drive the growth. IT, finance, banking, right, oil and gas, metals, while we are saying that auto sector, chemical sector, consumer healthcare are going to drag the Nifty down. So now we're talking about different sectors. So this is the kind of thread that we've been talking about. Now let's go further in. So Deepak Jasani, who is research head at HDFC Securities, another financial analyst, he's saying the overall performance will be disparate. Banks will report strong growth in net interest income. What is net interest income? It's the interest income that the banks make from the loans you take from them, minus the interest payment that they made to you for all the fixed deposits, recurring deposits, savings accounts that you have with them. So the net interest income is going to drive the growth in the banks. Low provisioning, decent asset quality. So the good quality of assets that the banks own, they're going to drive the profits in the business. So this is going to go up. Banking is going to go up. So now how do stock investors, look at this information? So say, okay, all of you are my stock investors. You've done the stock investing course. You've picked good quality stocks. Now you can see that, okay, do I need to increase the asset allocation in a certain sector? Do I need to increase the asset allocation, diversification into a particular company in that sector? Because there are huge prospects in that company which will help me in turn make money. So that's how you got to kind of decode this information for your own portfolio. Guys, don't look at just this information and become an information junkie that, banking, IT is going to go up. No, but how can we use this information? How can we use it to our advantage is what you guys need to now start thinking about. And especially investors who are at least 3 years old, they can really deep dive into this and really construct a portfolio for the long term from the eyes of where the ball is going to be. So let's go further. It's saying in case of oil and gas sector, upstream companies will be benefited by high realizations and oil marketing companies will show better refining margins and high inventory gains. Now see, another thing that Jasani is saying, I'm going further into the article, and it's saying construction materials, IT, auto, metals and chemical sectors could witness a fall in margins. Margins is what? Profits. A fall in profits in these areas, while capital goods, power, retail and telecom could report better margins. Right? So all that's happening, and it's saying high commodity and fuel costs will keep haunting consumers in the first half of financial year 2023, which is the financial year 2023 which started on the April 1st. April 1st, 2023 until 31st March 2024. This is now the financial year that we are in right now, and that's where experts are talking that in this financial sector, what's going to likely happen? So it's talking about capital goods, power, retail, telecom, which are other sectors which will do well in this financial year. So you got to start noting all these sectors, go back to your portfolio, check which are the companies you've picked, or if you've already selected, okay, you've used the Women on Wealth methodology to pick good quality stocks, and now you've shortlisted something, you could go back, check on which are those sectors under which you've identified those companies. Are you really in the growth sectors? Because this will give you a lot of confidence in your own portfolio, right? And where your portfolio is going to be, and are you on track with your financial goals? Okay, let's meet my people. Hi Mukta, Ashima, Ritika, good morning. Kaveri. Diversify. One sector will go up now, but another later. So we might increase in these sectors for now, sure. That's also a very, very valid perspective. But in the long run, we need to spread it out over diverse sectors and companies. Absolutely, Kaveri. Absolutely. Bang on. Okay, I've done something. Yes, okay, I'm back. Tanvi is saying one view can be if auto, FMCG and chemical is going down, we can get good stocks at cheaper price. Shouldn't we buy them at this time? Absolutely. Absolutely, you can do that. Instead of focus on banking, yeah, you can collect the other stocks which you're receiving at value pricing right now. Hi Arokya, welcome. Okay, Kaveri saying, but it will go further down now. So if you buy now, it goes down. No point, no? Well, this is all to be seen, right? It's the future and we don't know the future. Yeah, that's what I am saying, and I'm okay. I've done this in the past also, that I have bought stocks at rising averages. So the stock prices kept peaking, but I just kept buying, and my averaging cost kept rising. But that's fine, because they were really good quality stocks and they kept rising, so eventually I kept making money. There is only one stock that I kept buying on different lows, but today then it is at such a high that I'm really feeling privileged. So yeah, both the strategies work. Completely on you which one you pick. Let me share about some of the sectors, okay, that are being talked about here. IT has been quite a driver for the stock market, IT sector. So the top line momentum is likely to continue with an expected sequential growth of 1 to 4% in dollar denominated revenue of top tier IT companies. So margins may come under pressure given high labor costs. So Infosys, HCL Tech may guide for double digit top line growth. So HCL and Infosys are being talked about in this financial year 2023, and they may drive growth, double digit growth. So that's the IT sector. Let's look at banking. So banking is being said that expect strong double digit year on year growth in the net profit of top banks, given that the recovery is credit off tag. So the higher yields on government bonds may affect non-interest income during the quarter. But yeah, expect strong double digit growth, year on year growth in the net profits, which is a huge thing, okay? It's a huge thing for banking. What are you guys getting? Please start typing. What are you taking away today? What are you learning? Learning, understanding, taking away. What are you going to use? Stick to your plan. Tanvi, you have a financial plan at Women on Wealth. Also, you created a stocks plan and how much you will be investing where. That plan. Financial plan is where we come from. Okay guys, start typing. What are you taking away? What are you understanding? And all of you who have not been speaking must share. Don't stay there put. Okay, if the companies are well researched and good quality, whether you buy when it's down or rising, it will benefit in the long run. Yes, absolutely. Christina, you're going to do a recheck on the current shortlisted stocks. Brilliant, you've gotten an action there. Ritika, you're investing in banking and finance this month? Sure. Awesome. I'm glad, Christina and Ritika, you have some actionables. Yeah, like clear actionables that you're taking away. Because if we don't have any action which is well thought of, well researched, then there's no point collecting all this information. It is of no use then if we can't put theory to practice. Yeah. Anybody else? Anything else that you're taking away today, guys? Ashima, you're going to start adding more to the sectors predicted to go up while adding to the ones that are in low. Okay, in the next few months, sure. Kaveri, you're glad we're studying the chemical sector now. You plan to buy in it anyway. Sure, got that. I am glad you guys in the community are doing well, and in the inner circle you're studying together and supporting each other. Kudos to each one of you. Thank you for who you are and taking this mission forward. On this note, I'm closing the live, and before I close the live, can I request all of you to share this video? Share this video with your friends, family, any WhatsApp groups, Facebook groups, on your Insta, stories, anywhere. Yeah. Can you guys begin to do that? Rokya, you glad you began with the IT industry from day one? I am glad. I'm proud of you, Rokya. Good job. Awesome. That's the way to be. So how many of you are sharing the video? Got that, Kaveri? Thank you for sharing. Who else is joining us in the bandwagon of women supporting each other, really creating a new world for each other? Got that, Ritika? I'm glad you're with us. Thank you, Arokya. Thank you for sharing the video, Kaveri, Ritika and Arokya. On this note, I'm closing the live. Thank you for participating, and now I see you again for, well, the frequently asked questions, the Ask Me Anything series coming today, and on Monday with yet another special woman who's going to come and share her wake up time. Thank you, Ashima, Diksha, for sharing the video. Closing the live, my people. Thank you for participating. Loads of love.